Hello everyone. Today we will discuss the second type of the catalytic hydrogenation, that is the homogeneous catalytic hydrogenation. It is one of the most important point for the catalytic hydrogenation. Remember that the catalyst which is present in the homogeneous catalytic hydrogenation is completely soluble in the solvent. You have to remember that the catalyst is completely soluble in the solvent. Now, next point of the homogeneous catalytic hydrogenation is that the metal composed with at least one organic ligand. So, the organic ligand is present in the metal. So, metal composed with at least one organic ligand. The third point of this homogeneous catalytic hydrogenation is that the hydrogenolysis is not possible. The process of hydrogenolysis is not possible for the homogeneous catalytic hydrogenation. That is the one of the most important point for the homogeneous catalytic hydrogenation. Now, the next point is that the double bond and triple bond are selectively reduced when the homogeneous catalytic hydrogenation is carried out. So, remember that the double bond and triple bond are selectively reduced in the homogeneous catalytic hydrogenation. The stereochemistry is possible to predict for the homogeneous catalytic hydrogenation. So, the reagents are Wilkinson catalyst for the homogeneous hydrogenation. It is not easy to handle. Remember that these reagents are not easy to handle, and these reagents are excellent in the selectivity. Now we will see the reagent Wilkinson catalyst, which act as a homogeneous catalytic hydrogenation. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Now today we are studying the one of the most important reagent, that is the Wilkinson catalyst. In your BSc you learn about the Wilkinson catalyst, but today we will learn in the detail. So the triphenylphosphine chlororhodium is known as a Wilkinson catalyst. It is one of the most important catalysts which play the role in the hydrogenation process. This is the chemical formula for the Wilkinson catalyst. The IUPAC name of this reagent is triphenylphosphine chlororhodium. The oxidation state of rhodium is 1. This is the red color compound with the high melting point. Remember that the compound is in red color and having the very high melting point. So, this reagent is soluble in non-polar organic solvents. So, which solvents are useful for this reagent? First, the benzene was the most important solvent used for this reaction. Second is the toluene, and third is the xylene. These three non-polar organic solvents are important for the Wilkinson catalyst. It is a red color compound and having a high melting point. Now we will move towards the preparation of this Wilkinson catalyst. When the rhodium chloride reacted with the triphenylphosphine, the benzene is the solvent, and the 150 degrees Celsius is the temperature for this synthesis reaction. So then after that we will get our reagent, that is the Wilkinson catalyst. The geometry of Wilkinson catalyst is the square planar. Remember that the geometry of our reagent is square planar. When the two ligands are added, the geometry is turned to the octahedral complexes. This is our Wilkinson catalyst. When we add the two ligands over our catalyst, there the geometry is changed from square planar to the octahedral complexes. This catalyst is coordinately unsaturated complex. Coordinately unsaturated complex means it does not follow the 18 electron rule. Remember that it is a stable reagent, but it does not follow the 18 electron rule. it does not accept the 18 electron rule. Remember that this catalyst is helpful for the syn stereochemistry. When we want the stereospecific reagent, we can use the Wilkinson catalyst, the syn hydrogenating agent for the double bond and the triple bond. Remember that it is a syn hydrogenating agent for the double bond as well as for the triple bond. Now we will see the general reaction for this Wilkinson catalyst. Here, this is the ethene molecule, this is the hydrogen gas H2 molecule. This is our Wilkinson catalyst, that is the triphenylphosphine chlororhodium. The oxidation state of rhodium is 1. Remember that the oxidation state of rhodium is 1. Present in the benzene, the solvent is the benzene. So here you can see that in our product we have this syn hydrogenating, as I earlier said, it is a syn hydrogen agent, so both the hydrogen is from the same side. Okay, now we will move towards the mechanism, that is the one of the most important part for the Wilkinson catalyst. As I earlier said, this catalyst does not follow the 18 electron rule, so there will be a elimination of the 1-triphenylphosphine from this catalyst, or addition of the triphenylphosphine is carried out. So the catalyst will be a 14 electron or the 12 electron. Here you can see that we eliminate 1-triphenylphosphine, so here only the 2-triphenylphosphine is present and the chloride is present. Now the solvent is added over this substrate. Now the solvent is added. Remember, the solvent is added, so we now have the square planar geometry. The solvent is added here. Now from this, the most important point is that the oxidative addition of H2 molecule, there will be a oxidative addition of H2 molecule were carried out. Here you can see that this hydrogen molecule and this hydrogen molecule is present. Okay, the solvent molecule is present here. Now in the next step, there will be a elimination of the solvent molecule and the addition of the ethene molecule to this octahedral complex will carried out. Here you can see that there will be a elimination of the solvent molecule and the addition of the ethene molecule is carried out. The 2-triphenylphosphine are anti to each other, and one hydrogen is anti to the double bond present over here. So this hydrogen is shifted here at this position, and this hydrogen is shifted at this position. The hydrogen which is present anti to the double bond is shifted at this position, and this hydrogen is shifted at this position. So here you can see that the hydrogen is present here, and the hydrogen which is present at the anti position, which it will come here. After that, the reductive elimination is carried out. Remember that after that the reductive elimination is carried out, this hydrogen will shifted here, and this bond break and this electron are shifted here. So here you can see that the ethane molecule is formed, both hydrogens from the only one side, so it is the syn hydrogenating agent, and we have this 12 electron complex, one chloride ion and 2 triphenylphosphine ligands are present here. So the solvent is added to this complex. So here you can see that the solvent is added. After that, the triphenylphosphine is added to this complex. There will be a substitution. The solvent will remove out, and triphenylphosphine is attached to this rhodium, and here you can see that we get our catalyst back, and the solvent is present as it is. Remember that this reagent is regioselective as well as a stereoselective. This is the one of the most important point which is confusing. This will be the regioselective as well as the stereoselective. Regioselective means the area is selective, and the stereoselective means the stereochemistry of the reagent is important for this reagent. This reagent hydrogenates from the sterically less hindered phase of olefin. As in the mechanism, you see that there will be two groups are present. So remember that it will reduce from the sterically less hindered phase of the olefin. Now remember that this is the poor selective reagent for the tri and tetra substituted olefin, because there will be a steric hindrance present when the mechanism is carried out. Now we will move towards some basic example of the Wilkinson catalyst. Here, this is the first example. The two double bonds are present, and this double bond is present here. Remember that the conjugated double bond is not the perfect double bond. There will be a shifting of double bond in the conjugation, but this is the isolated double bond, so it will selectively reduce the isolated double bond over the conjugation. Remember that it will selectively reduce the isolated double bond over the conjugated double bond. And remember that if molecule having variable double bonds, the less substituted double bond is highly selective. It will substitute that double bond which is having the less substitution. Now we will move towards the next example. Here, this is the alpha comma beta unsaturated carboxylic acid, so it will selectively reduce the double bond. Remember that it will selectively reduce the double bond. In the third example, this is alpha comma beta unsaturated carbonyl group, and this is the isolated double bond is present. So it will reduce the isolated double bond over the alpha comma beta unsaturation. Okay, in the fourth example, you can see that this is the double bond is present and this is the nitro group present, so it will selectively reduce the double bond and triple bond, so the double bond get reduced here. Now we will move towards the next example. Here you can see that the aldehyde group is present. Okay, the aldehyde group is present. When the aldehyde and acid halides when the aldehyde and acid halides react with the Wilkinson catalyst, there will be a decarbonylation with Wilkinson catalyst without affecting the unsaturation. Remember that there will be a decarbonylation will carried out when the aldehyde and the acid halide react with the Wilkinson catalyst. That is the one of the most important point. When the aldehyde and acid halide treated with the Wilkinson catalyst, there will be a decarbonylation. Now there are some examples for the homework.